I thought it was an excellent work day. We're not in full pads, we're in spiders, but the guys moved around well. As we have an approach to fall camp, it's a little bit different this year, and so it's important to continue to make progress, work on our opponents and fundamentals, and then also stay fresh. And so today was a day where we executed a little bit more. Tomorrow we'll put full pads on and have a pretty robust practice, but overall pleased. Nobody was injured today, which was encouraging, and we're making progress. So at this time, questions.
That's where special teams are, like your return games or your punt defense and stuff. Are those coming along well as you would like at this point in camp?
Great question. I think our specialists are kicking the ball well and snaps going well, so we're pleased with that. We've worked on our returns and punt blocks and all those things extensively. But quite frankly, a lot of times you really never know until you get out against an opponent, and particularly a well-seasoned program like Iowa that does emphasize fundamental football and special teams. You never really know, and I think that any coach out there, to replicate a kickoff play, we've done that a lot, but that's a high-intensity, high-risk play. You limit the amount of exposure that you have, but nonetheless, we got to go into that game prepared to cover kicks and return kicks. We're pleased. I think we've got some good returners, but we'll know a little bit more during that game.
From talking to Coach Grant before James got hurt, it's not like he was maybe the most physical of the starting receivers out there. Is there, someone else depth-wise who can bring that same level of physicality with him out?
Well, difficult chore. James is a tall, physical, about 210 pounds, very much in the same mold as Tanner. We think C.J. Johnson's an excellent receiver. He's different than James. Jared Scott brings a great presence as well. And so we're looking at fashioning those receivers and deploying them how we need to. But there's no doubt, James is an excellent player and will be missed. But good football teams find a way to have resolve and be resourceful, and that's what we're doing.
Rick, we haven't heard a lot about Dewey and Marcus this camp, but they're veterans. They've played a lot of football and certainly have some accolades. Are you pleased with those guys? I know they're a very important part of what you want to do defensively. Are you pleased with? I know they have expectations, but are you pleased where they're at right now, getting ready for the season?
The amount of reps that they have had in live situations has been significantly reduced. A lot of it is because of the number of games that they have played in. Last year, Andrew came in with a pretty significant hamstring pull and then had another one during camp. He's running faster than he has, and we think those hamstring pulls really limited some of his play last year. He's running faster. I think Marcus has really improved his tackling. He's got great breaks on the ball. Those two guys have played a lot of football. They're not senior players, but they're veteran players. And so we've kind of tried to bring along some of the other younger guys and then also limit the amount of full contact work they have. I think we'll go into that first game, they'll be ready to go, and we're well pleased with that position.
With guys like that, again, veterans, the no news, I know you see it every day, you evaluate the film after every practice, but it's no news, kind of good news. Is that kind of what you expect from proven veteran guys like that, just to do their job and keep just plugging along?
I would say beyond no news, there's news when you just haven't seen it.
Sure.
We're really pleased with some of the things that they're doing, and so it's going to be important. We've got to play better defense this year. The encouraging thing is we've got a lot of players back. I think they're playing better. They're playing faster, more aggressively. They're communicating better. Andrew and Marcus are two of the guys that are leading the way.
If I remember right, I know John Aquali, I think, had some ups and downs in his recruiting process just with schools falling through and stuff. And then obviously last year plays as a true freshman but doesn't see the field much. Just character-wise, what have you seen from him kind of enduring all that?
When you talk about a couple other guys that could step into play, he's one of those guys. He was heavily recruited. He's happy to be here. We're happy to have him. He's been a special teams guy, and it'll be important to see what he can do. He's got good size and good strength, and he's another guy that we'll look at that position.